The 10th anniversary tin marked a decade, a significant milestone. Weeks of planning and agonizing over the perfect gift for Amelia had led to a vintage Cartier watch, a delicate piece with Roman numerals and a sapphire crown. It cost a small fortune, but imagining the joy in Amelia's eyes made it seem worth it. That imagined joy turned out to be a condescending smirk. She unwrapped the velvet box with a dramatic sigh, rolled her eyes, and tossed it onto the coffee table next to a half-empty bottle of Pinot. Really, David? Another watch. My stomach clenched. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. It's a Cartier, Amelia, a vintage one. Oh, I'm so sorry, she drawled, her voice dripping with sarcasm. I didn't realize. It's just, well, it's so predictable. She flicked her perfectly highlighted hair back and took another sip of wine, the ice clinking mockingly. I thought you'd like it, I mumbled, feeling the sting of her rejection. Honey, she said, her tone condescending, my tastes have evolved. She glanced at her phone, a flicker of impatience barely concealed in her eyes. Speaking of which, I need to run. Late for a thing. She grabbed her purse and practically flew out the door, leaving me standing there with a hollow ache in my chest. The unopened Cartier box sat on the table, a symbol of my failed attempt at romance. That's when I noticed a card, tucked beneath the box. In my eagerness to give her the watch, I had almost forgotten about it. Picking it up, I unfolded the paper and read the words I had written. To my beautiful wife, Amelia, may this watch mark not only the time we spend together, but also the time you have left to enjoy your secret life with Bennett before it all comes crashing down. My hand trembled. The truth, a bitter pill I had swallowed weeks ago, had finally spilled into the open. I had found her secret phone, read the stream of incriminating texts, and known this wasn't a gift. It was a warning shot. The thing Amelia was late for, I knew exactly what and exactly where. Bennett, her lover, a sleazy real estate agent with a slick-back hairstyle and a smile that could curdle milk. They met at a secluded wine bar downtown, the same place I had followed them one rainy Tuesday evening. Through the rain-streaked window, I had watched their hands intertwined, their laughter a cruel melody. My heart had shattered into a million pieces. Now, I arrived at the bar just as Amelia was feeding Bennett a grape, a playful glint in her eyes. I walked straight up to their table, my composure a carefully constructed facade. Amelia's eyes widened in shock, the grape rolling off her lip. Bennett, oblivious, looked up with a smirk. Well, look what the cat dragged in. Bennett, I said, my voice dangerously calm, I have something for you. I pulled out a thick manila envelope and slid it across the table. His smirk faltered as he opened it. Inside were copies of emails, text messages, and photographs, undeniable proof of their affair. The blood drained from his face. Amelia, I turned to my wife, my voice laced with ice. Remember the watch you found so predictable? It has a unique feature. It's engraved on the back with a message just for you. Her eyes darted to the box on the table, then back to me. A flicker of fear replaced her arrogance. It says, I continued, my voice rising with each word, may the weight of your deceit be as heavy as the gold on your wrist. Enjoy your final hours of blissful ignorance. Panic seized her. She scrambled for her phone, but I was faster. I grabbed it, holding it high above her reach. Looking for this? I asked. I've already sent copies of everything to your boss, Bennett's wife, and, oh yes, your parents. The color drained from her face. Her carefully constructed world was collapsing, brick by painstaking brick. Bennett, the coward, stammered something about a misunderstanding and bolted from bar, leaving Amelia to face the wreckage alone. The following weeks were a whirlwind of lawyer meetings and the soul-crushing emptiness of a life ripped apart. Amelia lost her job, her reputation, and, of course, me, Bennett's wife, a lovely woman named Susan, filed for divorce, leaving him destitute and alone. He lost his job, too, the scandal too much for his image-conscious firm. I moved out of our house, a place that now held only bitter memories. The Cartier watch, I sold it. The money didn't bring me joy, but it helped me start anew in a different city, with a renewed sense of self-worth. The pain lingered, a dull ache in the background of my life, but it was manageable. It reminded me of my strength, my ability to survive. I had been betrayed and humiliated, but I hadn't been broken. I had taken the ashes of my life and built something new, something stronger, something undeniably mine. The silence in my new apartment was deafening at times, but it was also a sanctuary, a space where I could finally hear my own thoughts, my own heart beating its steady rhythm. I was still here, still alive, still capable of loving, and more importantly, of being loved. The road to healing was long and winding, but I was on it, one step at a time, leaving the wreckage of the past behind. And that, I realized, was the greatest revenge of all.